Hello everyone and welcome back to Pitch 4 at the IQA World Cup 2023 here in currently overcast Richmond, Virginia. I'm Matt Dwyer, joined today by
Lawrence Grunwis.
Nice to see you, Lawrence.
Great to be here on the second day.
And you are about to see a matchup between Norway and Japan. Now, this is the lower bracket, if I have this correct. Norway lost an absolute nail-biter of a game to the African nations team not an hour or two ago. Did you happen to catch the end of that game?
I definitely did, yeah. Very interesting end of the game there. Just, I think, kind of fluking up in the beater game there at the very end, and then conceding that last goal must be horrifying for them. Missing out on the quarterfinals.
It was, yes. That must have been a heartbreak. I have not seen much of the Norwegian team, although what I have seen has been fairly strong. I have seen the Japanese team. They have gone 0-4 on the weekend. However,
that just doesn't reflect.
It truly does not reflect how hard they are playing and how well they are doing. It really is just a matter of like cleaning up little bits of their play here or there. Truly, I think this is going to be an incredibly exciting game.
Oh, I think it's going to be a joy for all fans from Norway, from Japan, from anywhere around the world, this game.
Themselves lined up here, teams. You will see the Norwegian team attacking left to right in the red and blue kits, and Japan attacking right to left in the navy kits with the red and white on the front. Referees getting players situated, getting set up. We'll see if we get some rain in the middle of this game. I was helping out with the game with Japan earlier, and it started raining in the middle of the match, and I think that might have affected how they played because there was a lot of fast movement. The ball was coming out a lot. Passes maybe not caught very well. So I guess we'll see here. It's been threatening to rain for about an hour.
They are scheduling some rain over the whole day pretty much, but we just don't know when or whether it's even coming here.
Yep, and so in the meantime we have a nice blanket of 100% humidity. These players may or may not be swimming up and down the field before we end here. Players now getting into the starting position. We'll get underway in just a moment.
For Norway, it's Strandin on volleyball sprint, and for Japan, I think it is number 2, Choi.
For this game, for the purpose of equal, Japan, you will be blue. Norway, you will be red. Japan,
our head referee, Matt, and a large cheer from the Japanese side as they do their. And we're off jockeying for position, and it looks like Choi comes away with it for Japan for the quad ball.
Really diving for that volleyball, and immediate slip from number 4 everywhere.
And just like that, I guess Norway gets to take their opening to start. That's Strandin. Japan with control as the big pass over the top is fielded. And will it go out of bounds? Japan recovers. And Norway's first attempt, a little, I don't know, shaky as they're going the other way. The feed into Choi. It's good. Choi lays out for it. The laser of a pass from Kento.
Just holding onto that volleyball and just nearly putting it in. First goal of Japan, 1-0.
So after kind of a misguided first go of it, Norway will come up again. It's Strandin, guarded in the center by his beater, Haugesson. And that mid-range shot is good.
Number 1, Strandin with a very long shot.
Japan, Kento on a run now, and it looks like Kento was beat on the play, throw after beat.
Kohei was all left alone and right in front of the hoop, so if that beat didn't come, that would just be certain goal.
Absolutely. And so Strandin now headed with some hustle in the opposite direction. No beaters back. And shakes off the Japanese defender. Blocked at the hoops. And Kai Shaw comes away with that for Norway, tries to flip it away, no good. Recovered by Kay, who's now running in the opposite direction. Kay passing off before getting hit. And that mid-range shot, are they calling it good? The Japanese side certainly seemed to think so. That was number 74, Mare. Referees conferencing on whether that one was a good goal. It was hard to tell from our angle. Long conference for this goal. Goal is no good. No good is the goal.
Excuse me, what time?
So now after that shot attempt, it will be Norway's ball. Inbounding from the end line is Strandin. And the Norwegians will now advance. Japan with dodgeball control. They're going to do a high pressure. Norway passes around it, driving in. Absolute laser of a shot from Norway.
That was, I think, number 4 Evjeberg. Really one of the star players of Norway.
Had a very great game against African nations that we saw earlier today.
Scores 20 Norway, 10 Japan. Time check.
The moment you give them space for that shot, you know that 90% of the time it's going in.
It was a hard shot too. So now Japan will take its center here. That's Kento. Kento going right, looking for options. Passing down to Reina. Reina back to Kento. Kento loses his broom. Ball squirts out. Driving in. It's and absolutely laying out for it. It's Ron Tanaka.
Going through 2 or 3 tackles, still being able to put on.
And you know, after I've seen multiple games from Japan today, I think Ron is surprisingly sturdy for a player, short in stature, but takes hit after hit. Goal is good for Japan, and that is 20 all.
Right before the game, the captain, Kamiya Cortea, I believe, or at least one of the people who really started Japan Quidditch club ball in Japan, said, Ron is just a kid. So if she's a kid, we'll see much, much more of her in the future.
Well playing kid at that, as Norway will bring it up. It's on the far side. Japan deciding to do some high pressure and now backs off. It's Evjeberg center, protected by Haugesund. Evjeberg beat. It's a turnover. It's Kento. Kento on a run, no defender, and Kento goal for Japan. And the hard shot from Kento sends the ball off the field, causing the stoppage in play. And so Norway will regain the ball after that goal. Japan taking the lead, 3-2. Injury substitution for Norway. Looks to be just a scraped knee.
That's number 28, Juttemere.
They're really testing our European pronunciations here.
17 for number 2, Hellebusch.
So now Norway bringing it up center to the far side, guarded by Kento. Big pass, and the player was beat, and so it's a turnover to Japan. Kei on a run, one defender to beat. Kei through the top hoop. And it was the errant pass from Norway by Zimmermann.
In Europe, normally Norway is one of the more dominant displays in the beater game, and now they seem to be struggling against a very strong Japan.
Japan has had a surprisingly good beater presence this entire tournament. I've been very impressed with their athleticism and very impressed with their movement.
But it keeps holding on to that bludger control. Norway just can't get that second bludger.
It's Kohei and Naoki at the beaters for Japan, doing very well. They've held on to control for the majority of this match. As Japan now brings it up center, it's Taiki. On the far side, it's Senna. Senna try is no good, and Norway will recover. Zimmerman. Zimmerman, big long pass to the corner. That's Evjeberg. And shot low.
Norway has recovered both dodgeballs.
And so now they'll have a second attempt at it as Zimmerman picks up the rebound. Zimmerman running around, finding his receiver. That's Yellen. And that shot from Yellen is good.
We're live.
40-30 is our score. Japan's still in the lead, but it's been back and forth certainly. Missed opportunities on both sides. Mare, Taiki dodges the beat. Taiki, and it's a high tackle on him. Ball comes out and recovered by Strandin. I'm very surprised that was not a call. That was a very high tackle. Strandin driving now on the far side. Looking for Lentz, blocked by Mare. And intercepted, and Mare's going in the other direction. One defender to beat. It's Jorstad, and gets it out. No, it goes, and it's another high tackle.
And now it is being called.
Ooh, Senna took the brunt of that one from Strandin. They're shaking hands, no harm, no foul. That was Lentz, excuse me. Lentz was the high tackler there. I'm not Senna, yeah, the shot, no good after that big high hit.
But Murray really jump-starting that offense there. Just running all the way down the field.
Illegal contact around the neck, number 35 of Norway. 1 minute in until Japan scores. Number 2, yellow card, Norway. Number 2, illegal kick.
Illegal kick as well from number 2 of Norway. That's Hellebust. And so now that's in one play, 2 players in the box for Norway. So Japan has to score here, right? You've got the double power play.
If I were Japan right now, I would try to go to the boundary. They are in a somewhat tricky position.
Yeah, it looks like Senna does not want to move. But if you move back to the boundary, you can move along the boundary and put yourself in a more advantageous position.
Definitely.
So he does have his beater in front of him. Haruki is in front of him, and he does have pass options. Senna decides to run it himself and run all the way around the hoops for the goal. And now we'll release Lentz back into play. Strandin at center for Norway. Guarded by Kay. Passes off to Jorstad. Jorstad. And it's a lot of high pressure from Japan. And Jorstad being beat, we'll see. No, Norway still able to receive it, driving in, and actually scoring. That was Lentz. So his first play back in, receives the pass from Jorstad far down the field, and able to capitalize.
Blocking a beat dodging a beat and scoring the goal.
A couple substitutions now for Japan. Shoei back in, as well as number 25, Rio.
In our far left corner, we suddenly also see rain clouds appearing, so maybe that's
A harbinger.
coming in.
Yeah, it has started to drizzle here as that big jumping high shot from Kei. And that puts another one on the board for Japan, 60-40. And Norway's going to go quick in the other direction. It's Strandin looking for the defenders, gets a pick. And the defensive stand from Japan is able to make an errant pass from Strandin. And that'll be Japan ball going the other way. And so now Japan's going to run it in. It's Kei, back to Shoei. Shoei puts it back in the mix, picked up by Kei. Kei, hard shot, blocked. Kei again, and it's good for Kei. Kei, who was huge for this Japanese team yesterday, scored so many goals for them. I wish I had the stats because I bet he has half the goals for the team. This
Really putting their whole bodies on the line here for every single goal.
And now with no beaters in the play, Shaw has a chance to drive here, guarded by Kei. Shaw getting around the outside, and Shaw didn't see the beater from Japan coming back into play. That was saving what probably would have been a goal from Shaw there. Good hustle by Naoki. However, Norway did recover dodgeball control in the middle there. And Japan unfortunately uses their reset early as a hard shot. And oof, it was a close give and go, but unfortunately beat before. That was the keeper, number 2, Shoei. It was a smart play.
Definitely. Not something that I've seen often, but
I think I've seen a couple of these plays from Japan where they have like these set plays where they just absolutely laser it to another player, and it is so clean and machine-like, but it's so rare.
that's fun about World Cup, right? When you suddenly see different plays developing from a completely different continent, where they do things just different. And it seems to be working for them.
A big pass over the top, fielded by Japan, and recovered by Rio. That pass from number 12, Fjellmyr. I'd like to apologize for any of your Norwegian viewers specifically. I am doing my darndest. Japan taking it the other way now. They seem to be a little loose with their passing. Nick now at center. Handoff to Kento. Kento driving in. Kento scores! And Japan starting to put some distance between them and Norway. Zimmerman protected by Haugesson. Setting up the offense. Pass down to Bjelland. Bjelland blocks the beat. Bjelland slides down, tries to throw it up, blocked. And it's Kento now going the other way. 2 defenders to beat. Kento, head of steam. Wrapped up by Zimmerman. Passes away. Oh, Nick scores! What a heads-up play by Kento. Zimmerman had the tackle. He had the stop. And then out of nowhere, Nick flying in, and Kento knowing exactly where to put the ball for the goal.
Kento was still not down. He was just running with the defensive chaser on him.
And Norway with a attempted cut to the hoops. Unfortunately, drive stopped by the beater, and now Kento's going to go the other direction. Finding Nick again on the left side, wrapped up, and it's good! It was wrapped up by number 12, Fjellmyr. And Norway will take a timeout after that. Incredible run by Japan. And Japan has scored 5 straight.
Beater number 18, Kohei for Japan really contributing towards those last few goals, really putting out his own bludger all the way down in their opponent's keeper zone and just wreaking havoc.
They really played chaos mode in that in last possession especially, right? Norway got their defense back, right? Fjellmer was in position, had Kento wrapped up, and then I couldn't tell if it was Naoki or Kohei. One of the two came into the opposing keeper zone to just beat the defender at the hoop. It was Kohei, yeah. Like, you wouldn't expect that to happen on a fast break, your beater to be so far up the field. And yet they did it, and now looking at it, they're up 100-40. This is an incredible showing.
And immediately after that play, Kohei, when running back towards his own keeper zone, within like less than 3 seconds to help out his beater buddy, who was struggling to fight for a bludger possession. Which we will see now play out on the far right side, which you will likely not be able to see on screen, because the volleyball is on the left side.
So Zimmerman for Norway has the quad ball at his own hoops. We've got quite the potential beater battle on the other side of the field. That will determine whether Zimmerman can go for the total fast break or not. Several chaser defenders to beat, and Zimmerman's going to go on a run.
Cornelis is catching that beat and regaining bludger control.
Zimmerman's pass inside to Fjellmer, no good. Japan recovers it. And now it's Andy in for Japan, who at a keeper who picked it up, and now it goes to Nick on the far side. So it was a quick play, and then the look wasn't there for Norway. They slowed up, and the pass inside failed. Nick dodges the beat. It's a handoff. Over to Andy. Andy powering through Zimmerman. The reception to Ron on the backside of the hoops. To Andy for the score. And now the rain has started in earnest. We'll see if this affects play at all. Number 37, Elgatun. And that'll go out of bounds. Japan ball. Or no, Norway ball, excuse me. Norway looking for how they're going to inbound. And they're just going to drive in.
They failed to inbound within the 5 seconds there, so that will be a turnover, I think.
And that is a rare foul. Like, that is a rare call. I do not see that a lot. So, unfortunately, the inbounding now leaves it to Japan to inbound. Andy will take it. He's going to run the other direction. Elgantun, and a missed beat lets Andy score. Elgantun just kind of let Andy run by him. I mean, he's a big body on the field, but he kind of did not put up much of a fight. And now Japan has truly turned it on. We've seen quite a dominant performance.
Ami is now subbed off, and it's Senna now in keeper position.
And the big long pass from Norway. The long pass just is not working for them this game. It goes wide, is kicked, out of bounds, Japan ball. They need a different strategy.
What it feels like is that Norway is always trying single-handedly putting the volleyball into the hoops. There's not really team play. I don't see a lot of passing.
There's so little passing.
While Japan is just doing that all the time.
The attempted shot by Ron is broken up by Elgantun with a good tackle, good hard tackle from Fjellmer. Elgantun tackled on the play, and he looks very frustrated. I think that's an illegal contact foul. And yes, number 20 Taiki for Japan will head to the box.
We are also on the 15-minute time, so it is very likely that we'll also be going to a heat break, even though we are in rain.
The rain's coming into our booth now, getting the rain jackets on and seeing how these players are going to prepare. Unfortunately, they can't wear rain jackets, and the ball can't either. So we'll see, with the number of defenders in the way, we'll see if Norway will go back to the previous restrictor line or they'll stay right there.
There's Naoki is near us, Peter. Senna is on the hoop.
Ron
Natsuko
is there.
Marking the other chaser there.
It's a really crowded area. Really, the only way forward right now for Norway is to go backwards. I think they need to reset the offense. There's too many defenders in the way. And
They choose to go
to the back restrictor line, which I forgot was something that you could do. So it is kind of like an inbounding play almost, except no immunity. So Ilgetun and pulls up mid-ranger, and that's Norway's first goal in quite a long time. And after that goal, 4-minute hydration break.
We'll do the same for a bit. See you in a bit.
And welcome back as we have finished our heat break, which has really turned into a rain break. It's coming down in earnest now, and this will certainly affect how these two teams play. I'm sure of it. The balls are going to be slick. The turf is going to be slick. Teams have returned to their brooms. 120 to 50, Japan with a fairly dominant performance, although the last goal there before the stoppage was Norway's. So now Japan will bring it up center.
Norway with the dodgeball.
Senna on the far side. Senna. Japan playing much more slowly now. Senna now driving center, and shot goes wide, so Senna's shot no good, and Norway comes away with a chance to go the other direction.
It's very far out. It will take a while for them to recover the ball.
Get up then.
But now Fjellmyr will bring it up.
And we'll see if having dodgeball control will help the Norwegians on offense. It's Shaw on the near side. Shaw passes back up top to Elgatun. Guarded by Senna, and the rain's really coming down now. Back to Shaw. Japan pretty tight in their defense.
And suddenly Norway actually are completing their passes. They're finally trying to play it down, play it slow.
And just like that, you've jinxed them. Elgatun takes a hard shot that goes high, unable to be fielded behind the hoops, and that'll be Japan ball. But that was the most passes we've seen Norway have in a drive yet. Now it's trying to dry off the ball for what that's worth, and their increasingly wet jerseys out there. I mean, it is really coming down. Choi on the near side. And the shot from Choi, no good, recovered by Fjellmyr. And now the ball's loose on the ground, probably from some wetness, and Fjellmyr picks it back up. Now going the other direction, got some chasers in front to Shaw. Shaw, postures, and it's blocked through the hoop. Shaw's goal good, off the Japanese defender. I couldn't tell whose hand it went off. It might have been Ide, or perhaps K. K now, wild, high shot.
1 minute.
And that'll go back to the Norwegians. And the thing about K's shot is that he has this incredible windup and puts as much power into it as he can, and it just goes flying every time. So that referee really needs to run to go get it. Fjellmyr on the far side for Norway. Has beater protection. Norway has control. We'll see if they can set it up. It's Strandin. Back to Fjellmyr. Fjellmyr driving in, blocked at the point. And Japan recovers. So ill-advised there, right at the point defender. Japan coming up slowly. Norway still with control. Our flag runner getting ready. Hard pass into Ide is recovered by Norway, and it looks like someone from Japan's going to get a card. They were sliding in, and it looked like a bit of a dangerous play to me. And it looks like yellow card. Illegal slide, as we saw from number 2 of Japan. That's Choi. And so Norway has the power play now, right when flag runner is about to be out. Norway with control. And Strandin, and he's going to send a far pass. Almost intercepted. Lentz blocks the beater. Lentz. And Japan tries to recover, but it's out of bounds. So now Lentz gets the inbound. He's immune. And referee explaining something, or it went out of bounds on Lens. Huh.